Hello and welcome to another daily climb on Spire. Our modifiers today are specialized, start with 5 copies of a single card, controlled chaos. So we have the relics Frozen Eye, which allows us to see the proper, like, how the cards come in sequence in your draw pile. But at the start of our turn, we add 10 random cards to the bottom of our draw pile. So we're never actually going to find the cards that go to our discard pile anymore. In deadly events, the question mark rooms can now contain elites, but are also more likely to contain treasure rooms. So, our modifier, the specialized, the 5 copies of single card, is Wraith Form. I'm going to be honest, this is not my first time attempting this daily climb. I already have tried twice. And today I'm not really into it. Like, not into it by playing, but not into it by... I'm making a lot of stupid mistakes. Like, a lot of dumb mistakes. And it saddens me, actually, because I want to do my best and entertain everyone, and I'm like being a piece of shit, to be honest. So, yeah, it's not been a good recording session, I guess. So after image, backflip, endless agony here, and blur is going to be enough to not take any damage. And you might ask, how did you do that all at once? Well, first, because you have Frozen Eye, you can see the order of the cards you're going to get if you draw a card. And second, as I've told you, it's not my first rodeo, or rodeo. I don't know how to actually pronounce this word in English. I don't hear it nearly as much as one think it would, but yeah, irrelevant. But anything. Anyway, I meant not enfim, which is anyway in Portuguese. Some things that happened, I already have seen them happening. So what I'm trying to do to keep this fresh for myself even is to play it different, go for different routes, and do different stuff every single time. Cause I don't want it to be the same thing for myself actually even. I'm going to play accuracy in the case we find the like cards that produce shivs and all. This is going to be enough because he's already poisoned. I guess I want a dagger spray. It's some AoE. Let's go for more question marks. Let's upgrade for free and neutralize. That's nice. For example, what I was doing before was not going for these 3 question marks because I was afraid of elites, but instead I was starting here having 3 fights and then I go for this question mark, which was not before. The question marks actually change each time you try this daily challenge. Now, I'm not going for shop, I'm going for fight and then elite. It's Jawworm, as expected. Gain 5 block and then double strike. Now on the next turn, we are getting those cards. He's not attacking, which is nice for us, so he can go all aggro here. But on the next turn, strike is all we have, so we cannot actually do damage to him because he just got some armor. Next turn we have Crippling Cloud and Bane. That should be enough. Okay, it is. Smoke Bomb. I think I'd rather have the Smoke Bomb instead of the Weak. Not going to take any of those. Let's fight an elite. And are the sentries, or obelisks like Northern Lion likes to call them. I'm going to be focusing my fire on this first sentry here. If you don't know why, it's because the sentries, like the sentry 1 and 3, do the same stuff together. So when they attack together, so it's a turn where they are dealing 18 damage, and when they are dazing, they daze together. So your best strategy on this fight is to actually remove the sentry 1 or 3. I started on 1 because the 1 had less max HP. Dagger spray, and then Is it dead already next turn? Yes, we got a skewer here. We also can acrobatics into that dagger spray. So I'm actually just going to defend and not take the damage from the sentry. So now, right here, can acrobatics, discarding the tactician. Dagger spray removes this guy. We can defend here. Before I defend, if I prepare, I can get another dagger spray. I'm going to remove the expertise, defend, and dagger spray again, since dagger spray attacks for more and more targets than just a skewer. Now on this turn, deflect and blur are ready enough to defend us, and then flying knee and blade dance are going to be focusing down that guy. So next turn, if we get anything that's nearly offensive, that guy is dead. Anything that's nearly offensive, like everything you can think about saying in 2018 and 19. And that's anything that's offensive. So escape plan gives us some defense here. We're going to heal hook that guy and sneaky strike this guy. And actually the deadly poison is going to be denied, so it makes no sense to play. I could have played the dodge and roll actually, but I'm just trusting that I'm going to be killing the sentry this turn. So tiny chest. Do we pick endless agonies? I think so. I like the damage, and I feel like we don't have damage yet. So footwork's pretty nice, and Art of War is going to be pretty nice here compared to what I've done on the other 2 attempts that I've done at this daily challenge, that I might or might not edit into the final video. So if it's not there, don't be sad. If it is there, well, you can laugh at me or be amazed by some of the things that I've done. Wow, this turn 12 damage. I don't actually want to take 12 damage. Just going to Wraith Form here. Wraith Forms are nope button. You know, it's like, nope, fuck this. Not taking this. And unfortunately, we have 0 offensive on this turn, which basically means we just stood in silence. If you don't want to be offensive to anyone, you just stay silent. Stay silent! I didn't even consider it when I spoke. See, that's the problem with people, like, and myself included. Most of the time, you're not even thinking about what you're talking about. I think a backflip's good enough. I'm going to leave the smoke bomb there, although I love smoke bombs. Preserved insect removes our fear from the question marks room. From the question mark rooms. Can I English? Please, because we've all established that I cannot think or like properly think about my actions today. Like if I have to do a bunch of daily challenge to show you that, like that's step 1, but the step 2 is me not even think about the wordplay and let's just stay silent that I've just done and stuff like that. Let's go for the backflip, because I actually want to kill this guy. I don't want him to escape with my money, and yeah, we got there. Caltrops or Bane. Bane has makes no sense because we have no poison for now. Caltrops, we're not really the most defensive crew. I don't think I take it. Let's see what we have in this question mark. We have a tiny Lagavulin. Look at this size. It's so cute. I'm going to be using the steroid potion here, and we're going for it. Strike, strike, endless agony, endless agony. And look at that. That's a Lagavulin that's taking a lot of damage. Let's footwork here, defend, and it could just defend again. How's our yeah, I'm just defending here. That's okay. Our offensive is okay next turn. So we even have Survivor here. I think we start on backflip them. Survivor, remove, defend, dagger spray, and strike. That's okay. We're taking 1 damage. Next turn we have backstab already. We also have adrenaline to get into flechettes, which is 12 damage, and then 11 from the backstab. That's a lot of good damage. Now defend and blur to set up for next turn. That's okay. And now, Glass Knife closes the Lagavulin fight. Prayer Will, it's going to be fun, because now normal enemies drop 2 cards, so more options for us. We begin with a Bow, and Bow this time is Neutralize. That's Endless Agony and Endless Agony. Footwork and Defend, we're taking 2 damage, I don't mind 2 damage. And we also did a lot of damage there. Speaking of a lot of damage, he's already on 10 health. And we can do 10 health damage this turn. Well, we could if he didn't entangle us. But he's a dick, a coward dick, so he just entangled us. Let's backflip here. Dash is going to do it. That's it. Add a boy. Or add a girl. Or whatever. I'm not going to discuss the gender of the silent. I'm skipping on you. And do I already have a leg sweep or not? I don't, so I kind of want a leg sweep actually. I'm going to go for the question mark. Let's do it. Let's go for the question mark. Now this is a very dangerous one. Let's leg sweep this guy in the back. So now they're only dealing 15. And I'm actually going to want the damage so I can kill the Laos in the back and be defending against these and also remove the passive from them. So now we can just kill this and this. This was beautiful! So, Dex Potion, do you want that? I don't think so. I don't want any of you. And I actually don't want any of you. Any one of you. I don't know. I don't even English anymore. Oh, a tiny Gremlin knob! Well, this hand is terrible. Footwork's not going to do us any damage. No, not any damage, but not any good. So we're just going to pretend it doesn't exist. The very sound you do when you're... I wouldn't... No, I'm going to say it. The very sound you do when you're in the bathroom and you're trying to shit. So let's Endless Agony, Strike, and Dagger Spray. That's okay, we're taking 6 damage, we have 0 offense next turn. But we do have a Neutralize and we have a Wraith Form. And that's going to be good enough. So, because of Wraith Form, we are still on intangibility here, so I'm going to backflip. Then Flechettes and Strike is going to be lethal. And Sissing Top, the very relic we were asking for on our last playthrough. And it didn't show up. I don't think I'm going to take any of you. And I think I'm resting before the slime boss, because the slime boss has the slime crush turn. And look at that! All the defense that we want for the slime crush turn are here, and not in the slime crush turn. So the best turn for offensive, to be offensive that we had, we couldn't. Do you even have Wraith Form next turn? Yes. So I don't have to play right now. So now he goes Slime Crush. 35 damage. And what do we say to 35 damage? Not today. Not today. How did it go, the BDS song? I know that BDS has a song that they sing something like not today. I know it exists. It's just not registered in my mind anymore because it's been so long since I've heard it. And now all the armies that watch me just closed my video. So if Adrenaline, I get Adrenaline, which gets me Nightmare. So Adrenaline again, I get Sneaky Strike. So here's what we are going to do. We Nightmare a Sneaky Strike. Okay? Now we well-laid plans. And we are also going to be playing Tools of Trade and Caltrops. And what we're going to do is retain the Sneaky Strike. Now on this turn, look at this bunch of Sneak Strikes we got. Remove Tactician, this gives us even more energy. And what we're going to do here is we're actually going to be playing the sneaky strikes that have no cost at all. But before we play the last one, if we escape plan, we get a nightmare. We're going to be acrobatic here. Then we take out the setup. We nightmare that sneaky strike again. Now, how are we looking? Escape plan can give us the blur. Nice. Now, how are we looking? Pretty good if you ask me. We can... With expertise first, we only draw one card, which is blur. So let's do this, and this, and this. Expertise. Nice. And rid of holes. And what we do? We retain a sneaky strike. Now the slime divides or splits into 47. And look at this hand. This is just beautiful. I'm going to be removing the Storm of Steel. Now all our sneak strikes again have no cost. Isn't this beautiful? Isn't this just beautiful? Oh my, this was an awesome turn. I could have even played Malaise there. So now, we only need to play 5 cards kinda. Or you know, just be a normal person and kill them instead of having a sadistic nature. Okay, so our options are 1000 Cuts, which I'm not that a fan. Burst is pretty nice, and Storm of Steel. I'm going for Burst. And then here, we can go for Wristblade considering that we have Neutralize and Endless Agony and we can produce the Shiv cards. Is not being a problem. So if energy is not a problem, Wristblade it is. Now, there are 2 lines of thought here. You go for the unknowns because treasures and elites, or you just go for normal stuff. I want the question marks. I want to explore. So backflip only gets us to Wraith Forms. I'm not interested in that. I'm still going to play it, so we don't have to draw those Wraith Forms on our next turn. I could have bursted with it, but I want to throw some strikes and be offensive here. Now this is the turn where she curses us, and this is the turn where I actually would like to artifact. Although with all the cards that we get here, maybe the dazes are not going to be that much of a problem. So maybe I don't. Next turn we're getting our Endless Agonies, yes, and it's not attacking us yet, so we can just Dagger Spray and Endless Agony for 7 each. Now next turn it's going to be a more defensive turn. Ghastly Footwork, Piercing Wail, so is dealing basically no damage, and we can defend or we can just go aggressive. I'm going to go aggressive. Yeah, next turn is going to be a very good one because we got die, die, die. Now we could go for Dagger Throw. Actually, I should have gone for Dagger Throw first, right? Because then we can Sneaky Strike. Yeah, that was my bad. My bad. Let's just play the Sneak Strike anyway. But that could have gone a lot better. I'll admit that was terrible. So, Calculated Gamble. We get the next 4 instead, which are these. Not very good right now. So I'm thinking Crippling Cloud, block, Skewer. Okay, so Masterful Stab costs way too much. Bane deals 10, and then Skewer deals another 10. I think that's enough because of the poison. Yes. Okay. You know what we need to have as an actual card? Well-laid plans. I know I don't want any of those. nor any of those. If the Terror was upgraded, then I would go for the Terror. Ooh, Ritual Dagger. Although, but Ritual Dagger, like, it exhausts, but if you think about every card that we play kinda exhausts because we never find them again. So yeah, I kinda want the Ritual Dagger. Mawbank. Fight against them. Do we just Wraith Form? Or do we go for defense? If I backflip, I get Endless Agony and the spray. I think this is worth just because of the Endless Agonies. Now we did this, and this, and this. Now there's 17, we can go up to 15. I'm okay with that. Next turn we have a pretty defensive turn. We can set up our footwork and defend. Take 3 damage, okay. We also get bonus energy. Now this is enough for a Ritual Dagger to claim that soul and empower itself. This guy is probably escaping. I'm okay with that. Yeah, you better go out of here. Get out of here. We already have Tools of Trade, right? We don't have Tools of Trade. I do like Tools of Trade. We skip. And an Elite Fight. Unfortunately, Ritual Dagger just show up way too early. Let's defend. And yeah, I'm sorry friend, but I cannot play you right now. We are taking 13 damage. Ouch. I think we Wraith Form. Dagger spray. This is happening. And a neutralize on that guy. Because I want to remove this guy before he can entangle us if possible. This is not a good offensive hand. This is really not a good offensive hand. I should have played the survivor just so I couldn't take 3 damage. That would have been smart. And here I guess I play Wraith Form again. Just so I take less damage. Next turn we can finally kill this guy. We still have this turn in vulnerability. Escape plan comes first. We gain the block. Then I guess we backflip. This is terrible. If we could just get to this corpse explosion and use this guy as the corpse explosion bait, that would be fun. I mean, who says that we cannot do that? We can wait and do that. We even have enough block by now. Let's just do that. So here we corpse explosion this guy. Okay. Centennial Puzzle. I really like this relic. Okay. So do we fight another elite? Yeah, I mean, if we die, we die. Okay? If we die, we die. If he's dead, he's dead. There isn't a meme that goes like this. If he dies, he dies. Okay, so not the best defensive turn, but the next one is... Okay, so Endless Agonies can take either of those. Then how's our draw? Our draw gets Tools of Trade and a defend. Our draw's also a bunch of block here. I actually want to take the guy that makes us weaken first. Then I'm going to start attacking the Sneaky Gremlin. The next turn we get the Ritual Dagger. And the Ritual Dagger is not a card that is forced to follow the stupid no damaging minions rule, just like Feed does. So we can actually Ritual Dagger this guy and improve the card. And this is amazing. Now, escape plan. We can burst escape plan just so we can hit the dagger throw. I think that's our best offensive thing. Then remove this and then we masterful stab this guy. Okay, so these guys are not going to be doing anything in the beginning. Burst adrenaline is pretty nice. I think I take flechettes out. So let's begin with burst adrenaline. Okay, that's pretty nice. So die, die, die. Then dagger spray. Okay. What if we go for the boss? Let's just go for him. Yeah, we have corpse explosions next turn. That's okay, we have another one coming. So like we can corpse explosion this guy and then we quick slash him. And he does not die immediately, but he will next turn. And then he deals 25 to the other two. Incense burner, that was nice. I'm skipping on you. Snake plant. Now, believe it or not, in our past lives, let's put it like this, because if we say past lives, we can make reference to a Barnes song. On our past lives, drinking bottles of wine. No, I don't even know if that's the lyrics. It's another song that I really like, but it's been so long since I don't hear it that I don't quite know the actual lyrics. So, let's see how our cards mount up. Because this guy deals a lot of damage. I'm not really trusting this deck as I was trusting the defective one on our daily challenge yesterday. So if we think we do not have enough damage to kill that thing in time, we can just smoke bomb out of here, you know? One thing we can also do is just artifact here to block his thing, but he does two things at once. So what I'm actually going to do is footwork here, backflip to remove those two Wraith Forms out of the way, and now Ritual Dagger him for the damage. We know this is not upgrading the Ritual Dagger, but we kind of need to kill this guy, you know? So Envenom, get out of my face, and let's see how do we do this. I think we're escaping. I actually think we're going away. We took 7 damage in total fighting this guy, but that's okay. I'd rather run away than just die there. Yeah, let's start with backflipping and then defend. And then all we have, we toss at the cultist. Because we don't want any more cacos here. Our invulnerability turn because of Incense Burner. Another time where Ritual Dagger cannot be upgraded, but we're still playing it for the damage. And now we're hexed. And we don't have damage to finish. Do we have next turn? Yes, we do. Let's Wraith Form. We're taking 1 damage. Drawing 3 cards. That's pretty good. So now, strike and neutralize, take care of you. Footwork and leg sweep. The weekend. Okay, 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 okay. Okay. Nobody saw that. Okay, let's just all agree that nobody saw anything. Next turn, no daisies yet. Hell yes. The more turns that I can go without having to sing the lyrics to Dazed and Confused, it's better for all of you that are watching me. And I guess we're dead. Or we can swift potion into something, but there's not anything that saves us. So, may I die? Yeah. You know what? I don't think I should win all the daily challenges. I think my job is just to show you the daily challenges. And given that I already tried 3 times to go further than the Act 2, and I failed every single one, I'm going to call it a day right here. So, thank you for watching, and see you guys on our next daily challenge. Even you, our new subscriber. Yes, if you think that I forgot you, I did it. If you stayed long enough. Let's make an army, 1 subscriber at a time. Fan the flame, smote the metal. We're raising an army. Just for that darkest dungeon quote at the end. Well, see ya.